everybody, welcome back to the Parish Noticeboard. It is Sunday, March the 12th, and as you can see, I have an extra with me today, and that extra is Nikki, who's currently sat on that bench, where we will be conducting the most part of today's Parish Noticeboard episode. Now, as for Guess Where I Am this week, this is a place that I've been to before. However, you will not recognise it. If I turn the camera around, this is the view I've got. I'm on top of a hill. Now, last time I was here, it was foggy and you couldn't see anything. And it was a bit disappointing because, as you can see, this view is absolutely magnificent. Well, today, it's a lot better. So where do you think this is? If you think you know, put your answer in the comments down below. If you want a big clue, behind me, there's a church. Okay, next is last week's answer, and surprisingly, nobody got this. I was in the East Riding of Yorkshire and I was in Jubilee Park, which is in FANGFOSS. So, well done if you got it and didn't say anything, but as far as I'm aware, nobody actually mentioned the right place at all in any of the places that the Parish Noticeboard gets shared, which I thought was a bit odd, because I know I've got some fans in FANGFOSS. Where were you people? You weren't there. I thought you would have recognised your very own village, but no, there you go. That's where we were last week. Okay, there isn't an awful lot to say in this episode yet again, but there is one thing, a big thing, that I do need to talk about, and it affects a lot of things to do with the channel and a lot of things that you will be seeing in the future. We're having a massive promotion drive at the moment, which includes revisiting Instagram and making a TikTok account and all that kind of stuff. And you guys can get involved. There are several ways for you to do it, but the easiest way, of course, is just to like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. You're so used to hearing that from me now.
And me.
But I am going to be making a bit more effort when it comes to sort of self-promotion from now on. So you're going to hear me say it a few more times in upcoming episodes. Basically, this week I've kind of struggled with myself trying to work out how to expand the channel and make it more successful. It's already quite successful, as you know, but I'm not quite at the sort of point where I can sort of give other things up, and it's made me feel a little bit down, if I'm being totally honest with you. And somebody said something along the lines of, I know all the love that the fans give you can't pay the bills. That's absolutely true. So maybe I can do something about that. Maybe I can promote myself a bit more and see if more fans equals more happiness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and this is where people can get involved. I've just had a quick look at the latest week's stats on the TVI channel, and between the Parish Noticeboard and the videos that came out, there were between, this is quite a big range, it was between 200 views at the lowest and sort of 550 views at the top end for each item, for each video. Now, bearing in mind that there were 8 videos released last week, one parish each day, plus the notice board, it's not an awful lot of views.
Not really. Not
when you couple it with the almost 6,500 subscribers that are on the channel. So in that sort of vein, we're not even getting 10% of the subscribers are not viewing the videos.
Now, that could be something to do with the fact that not everybody is interested in every single area I go to. I understand that. As for example, if you come from Lincolnshire, you're not necessarily going to watch an East Riding video. If you come from Nottinghamshire, you're not necessarily going to watch one of my ones in Kent, for example, unless you have a reason to do so.
For example, like we have seen that, you know, there are people who do live in different districts and even different parts of the world that do watch these videos. So even if it's not your district, do have a look, because you might see something that interests you in the videos.
Absolutely right. I do try and cover as much as possible, so you never know, there could be something out there that's pertinent to somewhere else in the country that I might not yet have been to. Yeah. So yeah.
So I think what we need to do, or what we're going to be doing, is we are going to be looking more into what the algorithm is. Can these videos be titled better? Can we use more hashtags? And also, like Andy said earlier on, Instagram's going to have a bit of a resurrection, and my teens are going to help me, because I'm no idea about this kind of thing. they're going to help us build a TikTok account as well.
I am clueless with TikTok as well. I have never had a TikTok account. I wouldn't even know the first thing about it. But apparently the young'uns like it. So
if we can drive channel traffic through that, we would like to do. But as we've said before, the free thing, the easiest thing that you guys can do to help, if you're not subscribed to the channel, give it us a subscribe. What else do we need to do, Andy?
Like and share.
Hit the notification bell, switch it on for all videos, and comments as well. And it's all free.
It is.
So, you know, help us make more videos to bring to you guys by sharing us far and wide. And if you are new to the channel from one of the new areas that we've broken recently, share with your friends, your neighbours, your relatives, everyone you can think of.
This is why you may have noticed yesterday's East Riding episode, Stamford Bridge had that little title at the top of it saying share if you dare, share as much as you dare. This is why. It's all part of a big promotion drive.
Yeah, we're going to be putting a little bit more time in it, and as a result there is going to be some minor filming changes which we'll talk about next.
Yes, we will talk about those next, as Nikki says. So as part of the promotion drive, it's kind of with sort of financial reasons in mind, I would like to sort of bump the earnings I make from the channel upwards if I can. And of course, another way to bump earnings up is to not spend as much money. So
we're going to consolidate a little bit.
Yes, we are going to consolidate some bits and bobs, mainly filming. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to film less. In fact, to be fair, I'm probably going to film a bit more, knowing what I am about to tell you. As you know, I film 2 days a week, usually Tuesdays and Fridays, or it's sometimes a Saturday if this one here is tagging along with me. However, from now on, it's just going to be 1 day a week.
Well, for the foreseeable.
For the foreseeable, yeah, for the foreseeable. This doesn't mean I'm going to film less, absolutely not. This actually means I'm probably going to film more, because I usually plan to film about 4 or 5 in a day, maybe more if I can handle it. However, if I'm doing just 1 day a week, I need to film at least 7 in order to keep up. So I may as well go for broke and see how many I can do in that 1 day. This is going to involve me leaving the house really early in the morning on said day, which is probably going to be a Tuesday going forward, and not coming back until nearly dusk, or maybe even when when night has fallen. Perhaps maybe the moon and the stars will be up by the time I return to Rotherham. The point is though, by doing that I won't be spending as much money on fuel. So that's going to cut down what I have to spend, and therefore give me more money to, well, help everything else, I suppose.
It does mean, of course, that my sort of Saturday outings will now be limited. Like we say, it doesn't necessarily mean that we won't be going out on a Saturday going forward. It just means, that it might be, once every 6 weeks or something.
Yeah. Nikki will still be with me occasionally. There's no doubt about that. You guys like to see Nikki, and you like to see the 3 girls as well if they make an appearance. But going forward, you'll see a bit less of them, but they'll still be around. But which is a good thing.
The time that we save by not going out that extra day can be put into editing, and it can be put into the promotion and doing things like Instagram and TikTok and so on.
It's kind of a necessity that goes along with the promotion drive, really.
The other thing is as well, obviously we're a family, we're all in a cost of living crisis at the moment, so we've had to take a look at our income streams, and we've got to now try and maximise what we can bring in from each income stream, and this is a part of that. The last thing we want to do is to not do this anymore, and I certainly wouldn't want Andy to give it up. I'm pretty sure you guys out there wouldn't want Andy to give it up.
I've got no plans to give it up.
It's not come to any sort of natural end. So, just by tweaking things a little bit, adjusting the schedule, we can, have perhaps an income stream which sort of tops up what's been removed because of the increase in fuel and food and energy and so on and so forth. But anyway,
there are ways you can help with that as well, because there are ways to donate to the channel, as I'm sure you know. I have the Buy Me a Coffee, which people still do use. I've got PayPal out there. If anyone needs to know my PayPal email, I can soon give it to you. And there are other ways you can donate. You know, there's other ways you can do it. There's the super thanks. I know some people use that already on YouTube. You know, if you have a little bit of money to spare, I don't like begging. You know, that's not what I'm doing.
No.
You know, I'm not.
Keep the
it's not like
going.
It's not like I'm stood outside the town hall with a bucket in my hand. You know, I haven't quite got that far.
It's just a little extra support just to keep the channel going and bring you guys the content. We all got to have something good in these dark and difficult times.
Yeah,
haven't we?
Yeah, and I hope the channel does do that actually.
Yeah, I think it does. Anyway, hurry up, I'm cold.
Do my best. God, you can tell when you've got the boss with you, can't you? So, bearing in mind everything we've just told you, the schedule will now have to take a little bit of a battering. I'll have to rearrange things a little bit. The schedule that you'll see at the end of this video will be exactly what I planned, because I've got no need to change what's coming out next week. But from the week after that, things will have to alter so I can accommodate for time where I'm not going to be in a district to film a video, if that makes any sense to you. Because if I'm only going one day a week, I can't, for example, film a West Lindsey video if I'm just in Newark that week, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? I think it does. So yeah, the schedule at the end of this video is correct. There's nothing wrong with that, but from then on it will alter slightly. I will keep you informed on that. And as far as the coming week goes, well, I'm only going one day next week, and it will be Wednesday, and I'll be hitting northeast Lincolnshire. I'll be trying to do 8 in one day. Got to get used to that now. I'll be doing the following. If you live out in northeast Lincolnshire, look out for me on Wednesday in the following places: Waltham, Barnsley-le-Bec, Beelsby, Hatcliffe, East Ravendale, West Ravendale, and the two I can't blooming remember.
Yeah, but they'll be written down below. Anyway, I'm
It's
going to
difficult trying to remember a lot like that.
I'm going to grass him up now. He's not filming on Tuesday because it's his birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday on Tuesday. 39 years young, and I don't feel a day over 38.
You don't look a day over 37.
Don't I?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nice to get a compliment every now and then, isn't it? So anyway, that's been the Parish Noticeboard for this week, and this is what's coming out on the channel this week. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a bit of a weird experience, this one, to be honest with you.
Bit of a mad one, guys, but you know, help us, we'll help you and keep putting the content out. So let's make it that what do they call it, that kind of relationship where it's like give and take.
Give and take?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
What else are you going to call that? Seriously. I've been the Village Idiot, and I'm out.